Think we got a show started here. Welcome to House Culture Conversations. Your host, Derek Lott. How has everybody been? We are kicking off a new season just a little bit ago. We got an update from DJ DCR, but now we got to have a main event, don't we? For the new season, we got to have a main event, right? I'm super excited to bring to the stage somebody I've been looking forward to getting to know a little bit more about, and I hope you enjoy hanging out with her just as much as I'm excited to hang out with her. Nicky D'Vine, how are you?
Hey, Derek, how are you?
I am fantastic. It is so good to see you. I know
Mm.
we want to
Thanks for
get
having
together.
me.
Yeah, we want to get together earlier in the year. Couldn't
Yeah.
get it done, but here we
Yeah.
are.
Here we are. Here we is.
Here we is. And shout out to DJ DCR who kicked off the new
Ah,
season with an update on his show, Vibes Flavor, and also his project, Consortium DJs. Big love and big shout out to you. He's in the chat. And just
that
for
brother
you,
can play. That brother can play. Hats off to him, indeed. What's happening, bro? If you listening?
yes. Now I want to let you know if you look in the comments in your console, you can see some of the comments coming in. You might be on private chat, but if you click on
Yeah, I am on
comments,
private chat. Okay.
you will see all the love coming
Ah,
in.
hey,
Divine One
friend.
Enterprise,
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
Right
my
now,
DV1 family is in
That's
the
DCR.
building.
Yeah, that's DCR, and
I love
then
you
Divine
more,
One.
friend. I see him. Oh,
That's
Midas
it.
Reset's in the building. We just
Yes,
talked
yes.
about Midas, didn't we? We just
You
talked about him.
exactly. We're trying to
Yeah.
tell Midas to start 30 minutes early. That's what we're
You
trying.
should start 30 minutes early, brother.
You should start 30 minutes early. Just saying. But tell us a little bit of, well, first of all, how are you and how's the family?
So I just got my voice back on yesterday. So you called me at a good time. I thought we was gonna have to reschedule. I went to San Antonio for a conference, and the moment that I got off the plane in San Antonio, I lost my voice. I don't know what that was about, and I had no voice the whole time I was there. I got my voice partially back when I came home on Wednesday, but I have a full voice now, so I feel feeling a little bit better. So how are you?
Hey, I can't complain. I get an opportunity to hang out with you. That's bringing sunshine into my life right now.
All
Tiffany
right.
Rainbow, what's happening?
Hey,
Welcome on in.
Tiffany.
Thank you for vibing with us. House Culture Conversations. So tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and whatever other background information we need to have before we
let's
jump into things.
let's see. I am I got my engineer in the back saying goofy stuff. I grew up in Chatham initially, and then I moved from Chatham to Inglewood in probably 1984. But
Inglewood,
that's what
Chicago,
that's
Chicago, Inglewood,
yeah,
Chatham.
yeah,
Y'all don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. So been in the house here for a while, and making it do what it do.
So, and when you grew up, were you in a musical family?
My dad used to collect, and my uncle was the actual music man of the family. He really wasn't a DJ, but he played music for all of our events that we had in the family. And so my parents would go, like many parents back in the day, would always go to somebody's house on a Friday night. It would be a fish fry or a card party. So my uncle Houston had the collection, and he would allow me to go in there and play records and what for the guests in our family and stuff. And so I just kind of enjoyed that, and he would let me take records home, and I got a chance to see what the latest thing was back in the day, and it just kind of transpired from there.
And so, where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school. I went to Inglewood High School.
Inglewood,
Yeah,
Inglewood. Now, did they have house parties over there?
they did. Of course, we had
No.
the sock hops and stuff inside of Inglewood High School, but they didn't have. Well, you know what? They had it as close as Inglewood as a party would be the Hummingbird,
Mm,
KKC through parties,
yes.
but it was always the hotel parties back in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
younger than you all are. Let me just say that. So a lot of the stuff that you all got a chance to do, Nikki didn't get a chance to do it because I had strict parents.
Well,
And
we
that's the
know
reason why
about that.
that's the reason why I went to Inglewood, because Inglewood High School was literally right across the street from my house. My father was
Mhm.
like, "You're not catching the bus. You're not doing this and the other. We want to see you at all times." So that's how I end up going to school right across the street from my house.
So, when was your first introduction to house? And when I say introduction to house, when you were like, this, yeah, this is my
Yeah, so
thing.
my cousin Nisi, we've grown up as sisters. So she's 3 years older than I am. So she went to Unity. So I got a chance to connect with all the high school, the Catholic schools, and so that's when I first heard house music. It was a Unity party, and she was getting ready for, and then you hear WBMX and WKKC, so that's she introduced me to it. Yeah.
And then
And
you
then
were
I
never
had
the
I
same.
had I had parties every year when I was about 13. My cousins and I had one summer party every year. So that was the house to be for the summer party. So all the schools would come to our house for the summer party. And so my big brother, which is now my business partner, Ricky French and his uncle used to be my DJ. So they introduced me into a lot. And so today, Ricky and I are still hanging tight. But it was what, 1983, 84 when I was introduced to it.
1983, 84.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
graduated in 84.
Yeah, I was in grammar school. I was in, I think, seventh grade at that time.
So now it's not that big a deal, but back then we would have been old heads for sure. But
Indeed.
we were taking the music off to college at that point, and we went to Illinois State for a few years. DJ Dewey B and myself, and took
Okay.
house and took it out off to college. But you were just going into really the heyday of house. Now,
Yeah.
when did you start DJing?
I didn't start DJing until 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually, like I would always tell Brett and Ricky, y'all should play this song with this song. And I always had a good ear for it. I knew music. And they would say to me one day, they was like, one day you should do it. And I was like, I am. That little sister stomping off with their arms folded, like I am, type of deal. So 2008, I had to have surgery that could have literally taken me out. And I said, when I was done having surgery, if God allowed me the opportunity to plant feet back on the ground, I was going to stop saying what I would have, should have, could have done. I've always wanted to play pool, learn how to play pool. I wanted to be a barber. I actually wanted to drive a truck. So many things that I wanted to do, but DJing was a love that I said I was going to, get into. And so when we moved into a position to where we could have our own, radio, our own studio, Brett was always in the studio. At this particular time, it was a dare between myself and Celeste, the DJ's husband, Eric Big Easy. And Celeste and Brett would kind of, throw jabs at us, and we was like, we gonna do it. And so we did it, and the rest is history. We learned. It was natural for us, and 2009, I think, is when I had my very first residency outside of having a venue that I had for almost 10 years. So it just flew. It flew. And I have no regrets. I'm extremely grateful and humble. Yeah, I did. My very first DJ name was DJ Knuckle Scratch. One of Brett's Ken White. Ken White gave.
Wait. So, say
Yeah.
that again. We might have missed that one.
My very first DJ name was DJ Knuckle Scratch.
Is there anything to
And
that, or just
because once he heard me, he was like, you like Frankie Knuckles up in here with the female DJs. And I don't know where he got that from. I don't know if it was a moment of just too much drinking or what, but that was my name for a minute. And then it kind of, one of my girls was like, you know what? No, we can't do that one. That's kind of messing with your diva. We got to do something else. So,
right?
kind of
And
went
we're
from
so
there.
glad you did, because I don't think I would
It
really
wouldn't
like to
go
be
well.
interviewing.
It
We
wouldn't mix
have
too well.
DJ White Knuckles Scratch or
It
something.
wouldn't mix too well. It would be like a bad blend.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Hey, we are hanging out with Nicky D'Vine on House Culture Conversations, just having a bang up time. Set Mel 80, we see you. Thanks for vibing with us. And anyone else, if I have missed you, just jump back in the chat. If you have a question for Nicky D'Vine, drop it in the chat.
Please
We'll
do.
do our best
Absolutely.
to get that to you. So you started in 2008.
Yes.
So there were a lot of pioneers, and when I say pioneers, women who were DJs that came before you. What was your experience like as you were coming up as a DJ that just so happened to be a woman?
Um, it kind of flew quick for me. By Brett being a DJ, he knew a lot of people and it opened up doors for me. So I'm forever grateful for that. The first female DJ that I actually knew about was Celeste. And when she came back came out of retirement and started playing again, I went and saw her and I said, I want to do that. I want to do that. Now, this is something that I know if she could do it, I know it looked easy. Now, it has not been easy. Let me just say that. But with the whole thing of woulda, coulda, shoulda, I was going to stop saying what I was going to possibly do and just go ahead and do it. She was the one who I watched. And then I learned about Lori, Lori Branch. I learned about Lady D, and now DJ Alicia, and so many other female DJs that are out there right now that I learned of that have actually paved the way for, DJs that happen to be female. So it was hard because a lot of men, they didn't want me to succeed. They told me I wouldn't be able to be successful as a DJ.
And why do
Yeah,
you think that is? Is
because
it
I heard it's a man's world.
no?
Just like like on my 9 to 5, I do a little. I have programs dealing with construction.
Hmm.
Construction is a man's world. They don't want to see a female in that industry. But we're thriving in whatever industry. And it's just I just wish we could just take away the gender and just do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, they did tell me that I would never make it.
DJ Slim C, we see you. Welcome on in. Thanks for vibing with us, House Culture Conversations. And, I am so excited to see, where it has come to at this point, because there are a lot of talented DJs that just so happen to be women.
Yep,
And I love listening to them. You mentioned some amazing DJs that happen to be women. And a lot of them, if you talk about Lori Branch, Lady D,
yeah.
DJ Alicia, they have been
Chrissy,
around for a while, and they've
Chrissy
paid
Henderson.
absolutely. They pay
Yeah,
Chrissy Hindens, the first lady. She was
yeah,
actually our
first lady.
first guest on
Yes,
House Culture Conversations a couple years ago, and she just has been. They have been again pioneers, and they have kept their heads up through all of it to be where they are today and set an
absolutely,
incredible example. And
absolutely.
really crazy about all of them, and really love hearing you on the Divine show. So,
Cute.
what do you think about streaming? And we came out of COVID, and we're still streaming. What's your thought?
There is opportunity. Like, when we did it, when Twitch just first started, we had to do something, right? It had to keep us busy. And then we started to be able to monetize off of it. It was very few people that were doing it, but now everybody is doing it. So I think, I mean, it all depends on what you want from it. You know what I mean? But for me, I think that I was having a conversation with my group. We probably need to find another platform or find another way to be able to be seen on Twitch and kind of grow from there. Um, I don't know. I just feel like it's not where it was when it first started. It's like it's too easy now. At first, it was like a grind to
Yeah,
be on Twitch, but now it's just but I'm grateful for it because again, those individuals that had to take care of their families that couldn't get out to, DJ and make that money, they were able to monetize off of it. So, you know, and those that are doing well at it, my hat's definitely off to them because it takes a lot of energy to keep this thing going. Oh my God, it's tiring.
yeah.
Tiring. If
And
you do it two
to
or
your
three
point,
days a week, Lord have
yeah,
mercy, bless your soul.
absolutely. And and to your point, it's become very competitive.
It
There's
has.
a
It
lot
has.
of people playing, and I'm thankful that a lot of us collaborate,
Yep.
so we're able to work with each other and help each other and feel each other out a little bit. I
Yeah.
try my best not to step on too many other things that are happening to the best of
Yeah.
my ability. It's
Yeah.
almost impossible, but
Yeah.
it really is something, to your point, that has become very pervasive. There's a lot of streamers out there, and so you really have to uh, kind of set yourself up apart, and
Yeah.
really give your community something to draw them in and tie into that stream. But do you think it'll? You mentioned another platform. Do you think Twitch will run its course and we'll find
I
some place
believe
both?
it'll run its course. I do. I really do. Just like I know we used to stream on, was it Ustream?
Mm.
That was a thing back in the day. And I forget the other one that it was, but those platforms were the thing. Stick cam, right? Stick cam, those were the thing back in it, and so it just kind of evolved, and everybody found another platform. So I think this was going to run its course too.
Mm.
You know,
Very good. Charles
unfortunately.
Horton, how are you?
Hi, my Elgin family, my Charles Horton, my brother, and my
And
twinny twin.
Mrs. DJ Charles
Yes,
Horton. Thank you
yes.
guys for vibing with us on House Culture Conversations.
My
So good to
DV1
see you.
family is in the building. Hey, y'all.
DV1 business. So tell us a little bit about the DV1 family.
Oh man, I have an amazing family. When Brett, Rick, and I started the group, we said we wanted to build a family. Our team we're literally family. You know what I mean? And it was to be able to have a group of like-minded individuals that have the same interests as us, and that's playing the music. You know what I mean? And reaching the people and continue to have a passion for what we do. And we started off with three of us, and now I think we have a total of 21 members.
Mm.
17 of them, 15, 16 to 17 of them are DJs, and the other ones are my mods. And again, we're family, and I couldn't ask for a better family. We hold each other up, we hold each other accountable. We're strong. I
I
love
love
them.
it. I
I
love
love
it.
them.
So now, when are you guys on? Do you guys have live events that you're doing? When are you streaming?
So we got a show on Monday. That's DJ Magic. He's out of Detroit. He is from, what is it? I think it's 8 to 10 Eastern time, I do believe it is. And then we have on Tuesdays, we have myself and Scooter B, and we have that, the tantralizing Tuesday. We do that from 7 to 9:30. And then Wednesday, we haven't cuffed the Wednesday night just yet, because out of respect for our family, DJ Alicia, she had a show on Wednesday, so we just kind of left Wednesdays alone. Thursdays, you have Chris Denson, who does sexy sheltering. Then you have every other Friday with Charles Horton. He has the favorite F word. You got Midas on Saturdays, and then you got the Divine One Radio Show, which is our big show on Sundays. So we connect with Chicago House Radio. We connect with House Rebels Radio. So we're pretty busy. And
That is
yes, thank you.
awesome.
The fellas, we have big roadie every other Saturday. With Ray Combs, which is another one of our members, and another one, Miles, who's another
Wow.
one. So we got a big family. His name is Dog Mixon, and so
Dog
he and
Mixon,
Ray,
yes, yeah. I
yeah,
went
Ray,
to
they
I went
handle
to
the
grammar
business.
school with Dog Mixon, so we
Yeah, that's
go
my
way, way
brother.
back. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so we got a huge family, and like I said, we love on each other, and just like any family would do, it's just we're just all musicians.
I love it. I love it. I
Kind of remind
love
you of the Jackson Five, just on another level.
it. So now, what else? You guys have any live events or anything that you want to tell the crowd about?
Yeah, we having our annual picnic. We haven't done it since 2015. We usually did it the weekend of Father's Day, but we decided to do it the week before, because there's so much going on Father's Day weekend, and we have a lot of different events that we want to still support that week. G Whip usually has his annual picnic on that weekend, so we said we're gonna do it the week before. So it is June 8th this year. at a park here in Chicago, Hayes Park, between 85th and California and Francisco. 10 to 10, 12 hours of good old music. We got some vendors. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited. Like I said, we haven't done this since 2015.
So now,
And
give us the event again and the date.
it is DV1's family reunion, June 8th, here in Chicago, 85th in California, between Francisco and California. I don't have the exact address, so if somebody in that chat room, if you could put that in the chat for me.
Yes,
One
yes,
one of
family.
one of my members,
Yes,
please put that
family.
information in
Come
there.
to her aid. Come to her aid. Put some of
but
that in the
but
chat. Charles Horton, I see you. Everybody,
yeah,
make sure you follow. And for the rest of the DV1 fam, make sure you put your stuff in the chat so
yeah,
folks can scoop that up. So June 8th,
yes,
DV1's family picnic.
yeah,
And the last time they did it was 2015.
2015.
That's almost 10 years
So
ago. That's 9 years
we got, like I said, we have vendors that are gonna come out,
ago.
and we got Detroit DJs, Chicago DJs, and Midas Retouch will be here from Houston. So
Oh,
it's gonna be
Midas
a good
Retouch in the
old
house.
time. It's gonna be a good
Oh
old
my gosh,
time.
the family's gonna show out. Now, do people have to pay to attend this event?
Oh no, it's a free outdoor event. It's a
Free, y'all.
free outdoor.
Free.
They got to provide your own grill, your own food, your own chair, and we provide the entertainment.
All right, free is free, except for you got to feed yourself.
Hey, Miss K Love. Hey,
Miss K
love.
Love, welcome on
Hey, love.
in. Miss K Love, we appreciate you so much. That is going to be an awesome event. So, Nikki, where do you see all of this going?
I have been watching the fact that we've passed the torch over to these young cats and these young girls, and it's been blowing my mind. Like Nick Nonstop, his daughters are, man, they are growing. And so I'm just seeing how actually house is going to continue on. It's global, and now the youth is involved. So if we continue to just encourage them and motivate them and pour into them, house is going to continue to go global. It's not going nowhere. As the song says, you can't stop the house. We are still going 40 years strong. It's not going nowhere.
It's not going
Mm-mm.
anywhere. Now,
Anywhere.
what are a couple of your favorite house
Oh
memories?
Lord.
Maybe it was a party, maybe it was you got to play with somebody. What are just a couple of your favorite memories?
So I'll go way back. I'll go back a couple of times. Frankie Knuckles played his birthday party at the Smart Bar. I can't remember what year it was. It had to be 2005, 2006, somewhere in the area. But he played the Smart Bar. And we walked in, just the whole ambiance. Now, I had never seen Frankie play live. The whole ambiance of everything. He had silver people all on top of the stands. It was just amazing. And for him to open up with I Need Your Love, the way it opened up, I will never forget that. Never forget that. So that's one memory. The second memory is at the Riviera when I think it might have been Lil Lewis that may have been there that
Mm.
night. And I had reconnected with Brett. I hadn't seen him in years, and so we could reconnected there, and the rest is
Brett,
history.
we can hear him yelling in the back.
And then the third thing is when I opened up for the Chosen Few in 2018. I will never forget that.
Now that had to be special.
I will never. That moment was amazing.
The Chosen
So
Few, that's the real deal.
yeah, and it's coming up. What is it? July
Now,
14th?
were they at Jackson Park at that point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2018. Yep. Mm-hmm.
that's my hats off to you. My
Thank
hats
you.
off to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic,
Thank you.
incredible. But those are the things that really make up the culture, aren't they? I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
when we say we remember when we first heard Frankie play live, or even if it was just, it didn't have to be them, but Lil Lewis or who, Ron Hardy, right? If you had the
Yeah.
privilege of hearing
I
him.
hate that I never got a chance to hear Ron, experience him live and experience those parties back in the day, because I hear so many stories and I want to experience that.
Yeah.
I wish I could have.
Yeah, and hopefully we will. They are still playing their boxes somewhere, and
Yeah.
when it's all over, we'll get to.
Well, sometimes when I'm playing, I might get the ancestors to come down. I don't know if
Oh,
it's
there you
either
go.
Ron or if it's Frankie or who's up there showering down their spirit, but sometimes I do feel it. So whoever it is, I thank them for it.
Hey, that's right. That's right. So as you think about, we're moving forward with house. I also know, a lot of DJs have moved into making music. And I
Mhm.
understand you've done a couple of projects here and there. Talk a little bit about that.
So it is just my idea. I'm the brainchild. I could be driving and hear something, and I know all of my brothers, I know their style. So I may call James Collins and be like, "Hey, bro, I heard this song. Do something with it," and he'll do something and send it back. Then you got M Breezy that I have done a project with. He's from out of Peoria. I had an idea, and I just hinted it to him, and he ran with it. Tim McAllister. Tim McAllister did my very first song for me, my edit remix, which is Lisa Fisher's "How Can I Ease the Pain."
Mm.
That's what I opened up for the Chosen Few picnic with too. I just that song is just amazing to me. So I don't think I'll be getting into the studio to do any type of production. I'm gonna leave it to the people that have that anointing. My anointing is the vision. I'm a
You're
visionary.
visionary,
So I'm
right?
gonna give I'm
You're
gonna
the
give them my
idea. You're the
idea
idea
and let
person.
them
You're the
run with it. But it
idea.
is a hope that I could give somebody an idea and we could do something and it becomes a huge remix. I really hope so. Or just a project in itself.
That is fantastic. I know I've heard a couple of them. Now, are all of these works that you have been the brainchild for, are they all available? Where can people find this music?
Some of them are on Bandcamp, and some of them I just want to just keep to my chest and have my own. Just those special songs that I just want to hold to the chest. But some majority of them are out on Bandcamp. I know that James Collins, his work, his and I work is on Bandcamp, and I do think that Lisa Fisher from Tim McAllister is on there as well. It might even be on TrackSource.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah.
And so, talk about meeting Timmy McAllister. We had him on the show a
Oh,
while
Tim
ago.
is family. Tim can come over here and take his shoes off and crack his toes and sit on the couch and say, "Give me something to eat." Tim is family. He is amazing. He's just a brain. He just his brain just his music just it goes so far and wide. And one thing I like about his music, and it's like you can hear an artist and their work. So if you hear a song, you'll be like, "That's a Mac edit." You'll know right away.
Hmm.
But Tim working with Tim was good. He's like I said, he's family.
That is awesome. Any last thoughts for the fam in the chat? I didn't see any questions come up,
I didn't see any
but
questions either, but I see my team working. Man, I
they
love my family.
they got
Thank
your
you,
back.
Twenty. Thank you, Charles.
They have
Um,
your back. Hmm.
my last thought on this is let's just keep house, keep it house, as they say. House is it's a spiritual thing, it's a connection. It's a connection with God, it's a connection with your brother and sister, and let's just continue to love on each other and take house to the next dimension.
Hey, I love
Whatever
that.
that looks like. Whatever that looks like.
That is a word. Well,
Yes.
hey, I tell you what, we are going to raid to DJ J Smith
All right, Jay
06.
Smith. Yes.
And everybody, hey, thanks so much for hanging out with us. This has been special for me, Nikki, as I've got to
Thank
learn a
you.
little bit more about you
Thank
and
you. Yeah.
the
I'll come back
wonderful.
anytime you want me to come back.
Well, I
Anytime
tell
you
you
want.
what, bring the family next time and we
Yeah,
will make it a party.
that would be good. That would be really good. I could really do some showcasing of my DJs. I would love to be able to do that. We got Elgin, you got here Chicago, you got Detroit, Houston. I would really like to be able to pull us in to be able to have a good family chat.
Fantastic. Enjoy
Sure.
DJ J Smith, and for everybody else, we'll catch you real soon. Bye
All
now.
right. Bye bye. Take care.